Hey guys, this is Joey Two Vests with Two Vest Ventures, and welcome to what am I looking at here? Today we're going to be going over stamped cards, and specifically what each of the stamps mean. Now, I'm not going to go over every stamp that exists, because there's a lot of them. There are a lot of obscure ones, and there are certainly a bunch that I don't even know about. And I apologize in advance for the resolution on some of these. I own some of them, but not all of them. I wanted to keep it as consistent as I could, so I looked up images of everything and kind of stuck it all together. Some of them will have pretty good resolution, others will be a little shaky. First up, we have an Alolan Vulpix V with the Play Pokémon logo stamped on it. That means that it came out of a Play Pokémon prize pack. Series 9 releases July 1st. And each of the prize packs have a different set of Pokemon from existing sets with the Play Pokemon logo attached to it as a stamp. And the idea is that you get rewarded these prize packs for participating in various league events. I got one for doing a pre-release event for Chaos Rising. Next up, we have a Mimikyu with a Jack-O-Lantern Pikachu stamped on it. This means that it came out of a Trick or Trade booster pack, the Halloween packs that Pokemon puts out. I would say every year, but they didn't do one for 2025. I know they did one in 2024, 23, and 22. I'm not sure about other years. And here's what those packs look like. They have 3 cards in them, and the idea is that you would give them out on Halloween instead of giving out candy or in addition to candy. And then we have this Articuno with a snowflake on it. That means that it came out of a holiday box. These are advent calendars that Pokemon will release. I can't find a good picture. All the pictures I found are tiny, but there were a variety of cards you can pull from the holiday calendar, the advent calendar, that have this stamp added to it to indicate that that's where it came from. Next up, I gave myself a Pokemon that's going to be impossible for me to say, a Hisuian Zoroark with a GameStop stamp. Now, on release days, there will often be stores that, because they're participating in the release of a new set, Pokemon will give them a promo card that they can hand out to people who buy cards from them on release day. And some companies get their own stamp, like GameStop, sometimes like EB Games. There are others that will often have their own stamp. And then sometimes the promos are given out to several stores, so instead of the GameStop stamp, they would have one that is a stamp of the set itself. Sometimes, though, you'll get the set logo on another card, like this Bulbasaur. And this was from the Mega Evolution base set enhanced booster box. And the enhanced booster box is basically a 36-pack box, just like a regular booster box, that also has this card in it. That's what makes it enhanced. If it were released as a promo to be given out by a store, the stamp would be located in the same spot as the GameStop logo is. And then finally, this Tyrant promo card has a Pokemon Center logo on the bottom right. Now, this Tyrant is a promo card that was released with the Perfect Order ETBs, but the Pokemon Center, the website where Pokemon directly sells cards to people, has a Pokemon Center ETB, which is slightly different. It has better stuff in it, along with a Tyrant promo that has a Pokemon Center stamp on it. So if you're trying to collect every single promo card, you would have to get the regular promo plus the Pokemon Center promo. So that's where that stamp comes from. Next, this Goodra card has 2 stamps on it. On the right, it has a Chaos Rising stamp. This is the version from the Chaos Rising Build and Battle box. On the left, in gold letterings, it's a little hard to see, it says Staff. So that means that this card was generated specifically to be given out to staff at some kind of Pokemon event. I don't know specifically which event this is from. It may even have been some kind of official pre-release event for Chaos Rising. But there have been a lot of special Pokemon events over the years, so there are a lot of different cards that have their own staff stamp on them. There are far fewer cards that have the winner stamp on them, like this Pikachu. The winner stamp means that you participated in something that you won. So there are very few of these of each type that exist, and certainly national or world champions get a very special version of a winner stamped card, and the more important the victory, the fewer the number of these types of cards that exist. Meanwhile, cards with the Ultra Ball League stamp are rewarded to people who participate in the official Asia Pokemon tournament circuit. I don't know a lot about it, but I do know that's where it's from. Okay, and that brings us to the last 3 cards that I'm going to go over today. First, we have a Fighting Energy card from the Professor Program. The Professor Program is the organized system of certifying people to become Play Pokemon Professors, which are the people who organize, manage, and judge official Play Pokemon events. So while staff cards are awarded to people who work at large Pokemon events like the World Tournament, the Professor Program are the people who keep the game running at local events all across the country all year long. These cards are rewarded to people who have earned points as part of the Professor Program. The Pokemon Regional Championships card instead is rewarded to everyone who participates in a regional tournament. So you've qualified to participate in regionals, and that is your participation card. People who work at that event would have the exact same card with the staff lettering on the left side. And then the Ace Trainer card was rewarded to people who earned at least 200 championship points across eligible Play Pokemon events during the competitive season. I don't know how many points you get for doing this or that, but I know that 200 points means you did more than one thing. Now I want to wrap up by going over how this interacts with Grandmaster sets. As I've talked about in other videos, a complete set is having one of each card you can get out of a pack. A master set is one of each card that you can get out of a pack, plus all of the parallel sets from the common, uncommon, and rare cards, meaning the reverse hollows, or in the event of a set that has 2 parallel sets, maybe the reverse hollows and the Pokeball hollows. The general term Grandmaster set typically refers to having all of those cards, plus all the additional variants that get printed. For example, Play Pokemon cards that have the Play Pokemon stamp would be an additional variant for whatever set is on the card. There is a lot of disagreement in the community about what a Grandmaster set really is because there is no official definition. Does it include a regional championship card? Some people would say yes, others would say no. I think it's easy enough to say that Play Pokemon cards, the Trick or Trade cards with the Pikachu pumpkin, like all of those easier to get ones, that those count, they come out of packs. But what about cards that are alternate versions that are rewarded for some reason? Or what about Cosmos Hollows that come for free with a blister pack? And there are actually some sets that if you use the most expansive definition of a Grandmaster set possible, that you'd never be able to Grandmaster. For example, this is a Terrapagos EX from Stellar Crown. If you needed to include every card, regardless of which stamp it had, to get a Grandmaster set, you should know that for Stellar Crown, there are only 16 copies of this card that exist in the world. And no more of them will ever be printed ever again because they were rewarded to the top 4 finishers in each of the 4 age brackets in the Premier Ball League tournament in 2024 in Singapore. They play in English. Alright everybody, thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe if you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.